channel. I mean, with yes, sir. So last week we have started with the Scala language. So Scala is one of the channel. I mean, one of the compatible languages to drive the Spark processing. When I say Spark is big data processing tool by the means is promoting Spark is making use of in-memory based processing. So that is the only reason the Spark processing is so robust. Okay, yeah. So that's how we are going to make use in our Spark. And as part of that Spark processing only, we are leveraging Scala as one of the language. Of course, we can also use Python, R language, and Java also. But the complete Spark framework that itself has been written in the Scala language itself. We can call Scala is the mother programming language for Spark. Let me repeat. Scala is the mother programming language for Spark. Okay, so to install Scala, as both Scala and Java runs on top of JVM only. So for the JVM purpose only, we must have to install Java well in hand before we are going to start the Scala installation. So it's a peculiar behavior. For one language installation, another language is required. For installing Scala, any version, you must require Java 1.6 or above versions. That's a dependency. Okay, so Scala, if you look at the nature of Scala, it is a multi-paradigm language or hybrid language. What is the reason? Because the Scala is having the features of both object-oriented programming and functional programming features as well. So that is where Scala is a multi-paradigm or hybrid language. Okay, so successfully we have installed last week in itself Scala language on our Ubuntu operating system. So now, I'm sorry. So now let us again, I will get into the VMware workstation and I will show you that part. I mean Scala things only we will see. And in fact, last week I have shown how do we declare the variables as well. So yeah, fine. So this is how the look and feel of our VM image, sir, Spark and Scala VM image. So the first thing is you have to set the memory to minimum 4 GB. Though the recommended memory is 2 GB here, recommended memory is 2 GB. But Spark, if you wanted to drive the Spark processing or in fact Hadoop processing, minimum expectation would be 4 GB. After 4 GB, any extent you can increase, no issue. But it should have the minimum 4 GB. Okay, so I'm using 12.1 GB here. So that's all depends on your RAM speed. Now to get logged into this particular VM image, we have to click on browse power on this virtual machine. Sound is not audible. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I think somebody is saying I'm not audible. Yeah, so this is what the home page of our Ubuntu image. Gopal@123. Sir, Gopal Krishna is the password username. In password, you have to provide in small letters only Gopal@123. One more, one more time I'm writing. Yeah, something like this is what the password. Okay, so you can log into this one. You just click on the greater than symbol or press enter button from the keyboard. Any of them is fine. Yeah, so the moment we have logged in, you are going to see this particular home page only here, and you click on terminal. Here on the left hand side, launch editor, there is something like terminal. You click on that one. Sir, we know to install Scala, what is the prerequisite software? Java 1.6 or above. Which version of Java is running here? So to know about that one, Java space hyphen version 1.7 is running here. Java 1.7 is running. Okay. Now, in the similar lines, which version of Scala is running here? To know about the same notation. That's where I'm showing the above command also. Java space hyphen version, Scala space hyphen version 2.11.8, something like we are using here. And to get into the Scala prompt, Scala REPL, we have to use from any path. You have to just trigger the command Scala. You need not to go back to the Scala installed directory only. From any path, you can trigger the command. What is the reason? Because we have added the Scala home path in the bash RC file. Say, for example, echo $Scala home. Where exactly Scala has been installed? Yeah, in this path only. Now, so where is the Scala command has been coming? If you go inside the Scala home and also in the bin directory, here only we have the Scala command. So do I need to always go back to this particular path only? Home Gopal Krishna install Scala -2.11.8 bin directory? No. So either you will be here, I mean, Gopal user home Gopalakrishna path or install path or somewhere else. From any path of your wish, if you wanted to trigger this particular Scala command, this entire bin directory should be added to the global path variable only. So that is why nano tilde operator / dot bash rc. So here, if you closely look at Scala home path, so export Scala underscore home is equals to, yeah, where exactly we have installed Scala, we have added that one. Very good. Home Gopalakrishna install this path. Export path is equals to $path, meaning to the global path variable only. It is just like the environmental variable setup in our Java and other languages. To the global path variable only, our Scala home, sir. In place of, okay, I will show you this point quickly. Yeah. So here, if you look at $Scala home, so Scala home is equals to something. Let us say I told you this point also. X is equals to 10, for example. When I say echo $x, meaning whatever is there after is equals to that value only we will get it. Whenever you're using $x, what is the value inside that particular x variable? Meaning after is equals to symbol, what is the value that you are going to have it? So 10. That is how we are going to see here. Okay. So this is the path. This is how we are going to see / bin directory. Okay, so here whatever the bin directory of the Scala home, we are adding it to the global path variable. That is why from any particular folder structure, we can perfectly get the Scala command. That's the only reason I'm in home Gopalakrishna path. But when I say Scala command, successfully we are taking it to the Scala prompt. Okay, yeah. So just print hello Gopal. We are getting that message only. But when I say print ln, okay, so after getting the message also on empty line we are getting here. So that is what the basic difference between print and print ln. Okay, yeah, fine. So how do we declare the variables? Either we have to use var or val. Sir, can anyone differentiate what is the difference between var and val? Not with respect to full forms, including the functionality. Very good.
Mutable
so,
and immutable.
Yeah, very good. Var stands for variable, which is a mutable. Yeah, var stands for variable, which is a mutable object, meaning at any point of time we can change that value. When I say value, which is immutable, can't be changeable. Okay, so along with the defining, say for example, a small example, let me conclude here. Var x colon int is equals to 10. This is the actual syntax. Either you can use var or val, variable name, data type. Always data types also should be in the, should follow this notation only. Starting letter would be the capital letter, rest all the small letters. This notation only you must have to follow. If at all you are going to provide a small int, I will show you that part also. It will say, what is that particular int? I don't know, boss. That is error. Not found. Type it. I don't know what is the small int. Because in my Scala library, they have not defined with the small int. So var x colon capital int, I capital, is equals to 10. So then we are going to get the value very well. So even though we are not defining the data type. So if at all we are going to say, so then what exactly? No, Scala has to consider this 10 as an integer or double or float or whatever it is. So without supplying any data type, also purely based on this right hand side value only, we are going to see x colon int equal to 10. So what do we call this feature, sir? This second point. There is a terminology I have already explained. What do we call this one? Type inference. Scala type inference. In the variable declaration, even though we are not supplying the data type specific information, based on the right hand side value, after is equals to whatever the right hand side value, based on that, Scala will automatically detects the corresponding data type. That is what type inference. Okay, so though you are not giving string, if something is in the double quotes, it will automatically recognize as a string only. This is how you are going to define the variables. Okay, so all the primitive data types I told you, double and everything also, yeah. And now some particular arithmetic operations only I'm showing. Okay. So here RES stands for response. Response to response, it is auto incremented value. Okay. The rounded value only you will get it, not exact fraction value. Okay, so in the similar way, so this modulus operator will always provide the remainder. So what is the remainder that we are going to see here? So that is what it is going to provide. Okay, please take down, sir, all these values, arithmetic operations. Okay, next when I say So generally what we will do, 4 plus 5, 9, 9 into 8, 72, but that is not the exact evaluation. As we all better know, in mathematics there is a BODMAS theory. So according to the BODMAS theory, multiplication will have the highest precedence than addition and subtraction. Okay. So in a simpler way, 5 into 8, 40 plus 4, 44. So 44 is the expected answer, but not 72. Okay, so something like you can further evaluate with all the division operator, star operator, minus or minus, whatever it might be, you can evaluate. But always it is in line with the BODMAS theory. Okay. So if at all you are going to say response 6 plus response 9, what is there in the response 6? 8. What is there in the response 9? 44. 44. So 44 plus 8, 52 is the expected answer. So something like you can make use of these variables also for our further processing. These are all some of the arithmetic operations what we can perform. Okay, clear, sir? Clear, sir? You have to respond, sir. I wouldn't know. Yeah, to clear the screen, I mean CLER, to clear the screen, I'm going to use the shortcut Control L. So everything will vanish. Control L. Okay, now so here I'm going to make use of typecasting. So for example, where x colon int, so I'm going to define 50. Okay, so if at all I'm going to say x dot to double. So double is also the same family, number family only, but with some precision value, 50.0 or something. Yeah, look at here, something like x dot to float. Automatically you're getting. I'm pressing on the tab. From the keyboard on, I'm pressing on tab. Okay, x dot to long. X dot to boolean. Sir, how exactly boolean is acceptable? In boolean, only two values are acceptable, true and false. But now here 50 we are having. That's where even though I'm pressing on tab, nothing is coming. Okay, I will manually type. But still it will say it is not a member of that particular class. Yeah, value 2 boolean is not a member of that integer class. It is not a member. Now x dot to string. Yeah, it is coming. So as a string data type only, we are going to store. Sir, we can convert in string data type, you can convert any junk value, either integer, double, long, float, or a space, character, everything you can store. But in an integer, you cannot convert the string. I am declaring the string as Gopal. I'm trying to convert it to the integer value. Number format exception you will see. Okay, so let us see that one. And one more before that, x dot to char. Okay, so something like it has been internally converting the particular value here, how many characters or something, and giving you the value. Okay, yeah. So where some x colon int is equals to, let me give it a try, x dot to char. So is it the same value? Something it is internally, it is using a different notation. It is converting into the characters and it is giving you the result perfectly. Okay, okay. So whatever it might be. So where b colon string is equals to something I'm defining. So x dot to int. So here we are. Oh, sorry, my bad. B dot to int, right? My bad. I'm using the b variable. Yeah. Print b. Yeah, this is what the value we have. B dot to int. So here you are trying to convert. That's where we are getting number format exception. If at all there is a string, you are trying to convert into a integer value, a number family, a string to number family conversion. We are going to see java.lang.number format exception. Okay. Now in the similar way, b dot to float. This is known as the typecasting. You might heard about this term as well. To double. Any number family you are trying to convert, the same answer only we will get it. Too long, same. Yeah. So b dot to char. So that is not a member. So b dot to boolean. Illegal argument exception. So when you declare anything as a string, you have to use it as a string only. For the other data types, you cannot convert. So that's what the clear evidence here. Please take it, sir. Hope you are able to follow what I'm trying to say. Yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you able to follow?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah, fine. Now only one small thing I will show you. Where some d colon double is equals to some particular value. You can say d, or without saying d also, it will recognize the value as double only. It is optional. Whether you are saying d or not, it's optional. Okay, now, so you are saying d dot to int. So integer will not store any precision value, any fraction value. So here, this is the whole number. This is the fraction value, dot something. So that fraction value, it will not store. Only the whole value alone, it will store. Okay, now, d dot to float. Yeah, as did it show you. D dot to long. D dot to string. So string can store any particular thing. Yeah, as it is. D dot to char. Yeah, something it is using. D dot to boolean. So it's not a member. So one important point, sir. Now I'm using the method, but what other methods are available? Gopal, I would like to evaluate. So simply you can say D dot, you can press on tab from the keyboard only, press on the tab, all the methods it will display what exactly the other methods I can use here, everything you will get it here, anything, not only for our double and all. If you would like to see, like earlier I say string value b dot, when I press on tab, for the string only these many methods are available. Okay, so likewise integer value x I have defined x dot, when I press on tab these many methods are available likewise. Okay, so are you clear, sir? Okay, any
Yes,
questions
sir.
still? Yeah, please. Any questions till this part? Okay, great. Now till this part, we have driven everything at the Scala prompt only. Now I'm going to open the new tab. I'm going to open a new tab. So here what I'm doing, the batch mode of the program. I mean in Scala, if you wanted to write some batch mode of the program. Sir, again I'm saying you don't require any Java knowledge, nothing here. But for the correlation purpose, in your academics only, you might have seen how a simple Java program should looks like. So I'm writing a public class hello world. So how exactly the execution from a Java class will start? From the main method. Public static void main string args arguments we are passing here. Here some system dot out dot println. So this is how you are writing a Java program to compile the above program. We are going to use. Can anyone to compile this above program? How can I do that? It's very basic, sir. That's what I'm asking. Java C space hello world dot Java. So once the program is successfully compiled, if there are no syntactical errors, nothing as such, then we are going to see hello world dot class. The class file will be, it is a JVM understandable byte class dot class file to run the above compiled program. We are going to use Java, just Java, hello world. So now what is the output we are going to see here? We are going to say hello. That is the output we are going to get. So why I have written this one? There is a reason. Yeah. So when it is coming to our Scala, so this is all going to be in Java. Again, I'm saying, sir, it is only for comparison purpose I'm writing, because both are going to run on the JVM only. That is the only reason I'm comparing with this one. Sir, here the main method is only be part of the object class, but not in the class. The first thing here, the default access specifier is default. So you need not to mention that one. So simply what we are supposed to mention over here, sir, what we are supposed to mention over here, object space hello world. You are going to use object. So within the object only, the main method has been defined. So always you have to define the object only. In class, you can write some other methods and all, that's not an issue. But the main method is only as per design in Scala. Main method is only part of the object class only. And also one more important point, def. If you want to write any method, definition. That's what the meaning. Def stands for definition. So the method name is main. Args colon array of string. So this is how you will note it. Again, let me repeat, sir. Def stands for definition. You must have to write this one. Any method. Here I am writing main method. You can write sum, multiply, divide, anything. Yeah, sorry. So def stands for definition. Main is the method name here. You can write any other method like sum method, divide method, factorial method, some other, area method, whatever it is. You can write any method name. It is constant. Args colon array of string. This is constant. Main method will only take the, array of string arguments only. Now here you should not write all this one. Only the println you are writing. The semicolon is also not optional here. So to compile the above program, as it is a Scala program, how can I store this particular program? By the way, this is also very important. With the object name only, always you are supposed to save the program. You should not even change the case sensitivity. In place of capital H, if at all I'm writing small h, your code may compile, but it will say at runtime, I'm not able to load the main method because your main method is part of capital H hello world, and you are trying to use small h. How it will load? So that's the problem. Hello world dot Scala. In Java also the same notation. Sorry. In Java also you have to store the same way. Hello world dot Java, something like. Yeah. So now here hello world dot Scala, the same program we have to use, And what is the compiler? Scala compiler, Scala C. Okay. So if you go back to the CD, sorry, LL, I'm saying dollar Scala home / bin directory. In this path only, look at here, Scala C is the Scala compiler. Scala is the Scala interpreter. One more time, Scala C is the Scala compiler. Scala is the Scala interpreter. Yeah. So here. Now, so once this particular program is successfully compiled, you will here also will get a class file only because JVM only the backbone. Now here Scala. So now what is the output? Hello, something like. So this is how we are going to see. Sorry. Scala C and Scala. Yeah, so this is how you are going to see. Okay, yeah, please take down, sir, if you want a perfect comparison. Okay, now I'm going to use it here. Yeah, look at here, sir. I'm already having one particular class here. Object, as I already told you, hello. Def main. So otherwise, to avoid the confusion, nano. So nano is a file creation editor. Test.scala. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So test is our object name. So object test, I'm saying, and here def main args colon array of string, yes, capital letter. Because in Scala data types will start with capital letters only, you know that very well. Yeah, so this is what a simple class I have developed. But your main method is present in the object only. Okay, so once you write the code something like this, how do you save this file? Nano editor, Control X, Y, enter. So now test.scala. Now, how do you compile the program? Scala C, test.scala. If any compile time errors are there, it will provide no. So in that case, test.class we are getting over here. So if you look at the date also, just now only September 1st, 1910. So just now only the class has been compiled. Okay, so it has been representing my system has been representing the timestamp like previous day only, some years timing only it has been representing. So how do you compile the run the program? Scala test. So now whatever the message with asterisk symbols I mentioned, hello Scala, everything I'm getting here. Okay, so here this is the program. Yeah, and this is the way how you are going to compile the program. This is the way how you will run the program. Okay, this is what the code, what I have written, simple code. Sir, are you clear, sir? Are you clear here? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So can you take down this one? So some particular variances only here I will show you. Nano hello world dot. Sir, if you look at here, object hello world new, same name as the class name. Def main method, println hello I'm writing. Afterwards here, whatever the args variable I'm taking, it is not mandated that you have to write args only. You can write A, B, C, whatever it is. Meaning in this variable, you are reading the array of string arguments. That's what the meaning. So whatever the variable you are using, here I'm using args. Args of 0, args of 1, meaning you have to accept 2 command line arguments. That's what the meaning here. Args of 0, args meaning argument. Yes, correct. So at command line only, we are going to read these 2 command line arguments. Okay, so now in the regular fashion, sir, you take down this code, sir. First, you take down the code. Okay, now, so I'm compiling the program, sir. Hello world new.scala. So the moment you are going to say enter, as per program, there are no issues. Syntactical wise, everything it is good. Now, but when I'm trying to run the program, so as per program, 2 arguments are expected, but I'm not passing that one. Array index out of bounds exception we are going to see here. Yeah, look at here. Array index out of bounds exception. 0 arguments you have supplied. That's where I'm not able to run the program. That's what it is saying. Scala, hello world new, but you have not supplied any arguments. But as per the program, argument 0, first argument 1, second argument should be expected. You have not supplied. So that's what the meaning. So now at least I'm going to say Gopal. Only 1 argument only you are supplying. still it is not acceptable. Only one argument you are giving. But my expectation is 2 arguments. Space, I am saying Krishna. So now look at here, hello, Gopal, comma, Krishna, we are getting perfectly. Okay, now you are going to say just some variances. I am not expecting the third argument, only till the second argument only I am expecting. Okay, say for example, other than space, if I am going to provide with the pipe symbol, so it will, oh, it has been stopping the process, command not found. So otherwise I will do one thing. Any delimiter you can use in between, but if you are going to say this way, meaning consider this whole thing as a string only, then it will accept. Yeah. Gopal, comma, this entire second one it is treating as a single string only. Krishna pipe symbol Kelly is going to be the second kind of the string only. That's how the interpretation. Something like. Sir, I'll be back in 2 minutes, please. I'll be on mute. Please take it. Sorry, sir. Yeah. So now here, whatever the argument you are passing as a string type of here, that will be taken as a second argument only. Sir, is everyone clear with this one? So if you wanted to drive the things in the batch mode, this is how you will write as a program kind of. But the takeaway is always you are supposed to write the main method under the object only, but not class. So let us do one thing, sir. Okay, if at all I'm writing the class only, what is the problem? Okay, so you might ask a question. Test prg dot scala. Let us see one thing, sir. Class test prg, the capital letter, right? Yeah. I'm writing def main args column array of string. Println hello test program. Yeah, so something like I've written. So what's the difference? Last time our main method was part of the object, but now it has been part of the class. So try to understand what is happening here. If I'm trying to run the program, Scala C test program dot Scala. Yeah, syntactically everything it is perfectly fine. That is where it is not commenting anything. Okay, so ll test program dot class. Yeah, now when I'm trying to run the program, there itself you are going to get the problem here. Look at here, no such method exception. Test program dot main, it is not a static object, meaning is not static. Why it is saying in the main, in the object only, whatever the main method you are going to define, that is only the static method. But here it is not a static method, because in a nutshell the point is, as part of the libraries internally, they have not defined the main method under the class. Rather, it has been part of the only object only. That's the only reason it's not able to load that particular method. So the takeaway is, in Scala, main method is only be part of object, but not class. So that is how it will be. Main method is only part of the object, but not class. Okay, sir, is everyone clear now? I have shown with the negative validation also. Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir, clear.
Yeah. Now I'm going back to the REPL. So this time I'm going to use Scala data types, sorry, Scala conditional operators. So generally conditional operators meaning what exactly we are using in the other programming languages also, whatever that you know. If else, very good. So same thing here also we are going to use it here. Okay, same thing here also we are going to use it. So meaning to say, okay, so I will directly write, I will show you the same thing here. Okay. If some particular condition, then we are going to write the statements. Else condition statements. Okay, this is one way. If at all we have the multiple conditions or multi-branching conditions, what we are going to say, if condition statements, else if some condition statements, else if, sorry, else statements. So this is how you are writing. So multiple if else conditions also you can write it like this in the similar manner. Okay, so like other programming languages, it is also very similar, no difference. Where some age is equals to 35, I'm going to define. So using the type inference only, I'm not defining the integer or whatever it is. Automatically it is taking if age greater than 13, println we are saying adult, else println kid, still a kid. Sir, you can write in the multiple lines are in the same line as well. There is nothing wrong here. Okay. The indentation problems and all will not come into picture here. Whereas in Python language, indentation is one of the mandate aspect. Okay, so here indentation is not a problem. Println adult, else print still a kid. That's how we are saying. Now here, if if at all the provided condition is true, please listen. If the provided condition is true, the next immediate statements only get executed. Else, if the condition, if the provided statement is false, it will go to the second line only. One more time. If the provided condition is true, the first immediate statements only will get executed. If at all it is false, then only it will go to the else part, and whatever is there it will execute. Okay, so here 35 greater than 13, is it true or false? 35 greater than 13. You have to tell me, sir.
No, sir.
True. So then immediately print adult only we are going to see. Yeah, adult only we are getting here. Okay, now in the similar way, if age greater than 40, for example, I'm giving meaning our in the age variable what will be substituted 35. 35 greater than 40. 35 is always less than 40 only, not greater than. In this case, it is going to return a boolean value called false. So ultimately it will go to the else part. So something like we are getting still a kid, something like a very basic example on the if else condition. Okay. Yeah. Sir, you are not being familiar with any other languages. Even if that is the case also, please learn here what I'm giving you. Please learn all these points. Okay, now if age greater than 13 and age less than or equal to 19, teenager. Else if age greater than 19 and age less than 40, less than or equal to 40. Yeah, something like I've written. So here I'm introducing the AND operator. So if age greater than 13 And sir, whenever you are using and operator anywhere else, wherever it might be, look at here. So how exactly the values will happen? True and false, true and true, then only it is going to be true. Now true and false, always it is going to be the false only. False and true, so again it is going to be the false only. False and false, also false only. Okay, so this is how whenever you are using, if both of them are true, then only it becomes true. Otherwise in all the other scenarios you need not even look at, everything is false only. But one more operator is there, or or. So that's what we are going to represent with pipe symbol. So in case of pipe symbol, I mean in case of or condition, only both of them are false, then only it becomes false. If both of them are false, then only it becomes false. In all the other due respects, it's going to be true only. Yeah, so this is how it will be. Yeah, if you don't know, please take it. So this is the and operator, this is the or operator. True or true, true, true or false, still true. False or true, true. False or false, both are false only, then only it becomes false. Okay. Yeah, now, so here, if at all age greater than 13, yeah, of course, age is 35, so it is true. Age less than or equal to 19, it becomes false. True and false is false. Now it will not be executed. Else, age greater than 19, 35 is always above 19. Age less than or equal to 40, 35 is less than 40. So true and true. Here only both the conditions are matching. So both the conditions are true. So now we are expecting the adult person only here. Okay, as a result, we are getting adult person. Please take it. So this is how you are going to make use of the conditional operators. Okay, sir. Yeah, now. So the next one is looping statements. From this is what the whole story about conditional operators, and followed by scalar loops. So where exactly we are going to use loop? If multiple values are there, I want to loop through all the values. If multiple values are there, I want to loop through all the values, and from there I have to do some functionality. So in order to loop through all the values only, particular values only, we are going to make use of these looping statements. So how many variances of the loop statements we are having in Scala? What is the difference? Why we have to use those many loop statements? That we will see. The very first one is the basic while loop. Second one is do while loop. Third one is for loop. Here also for loop with the range, for loop with the filter, for loop with the collection, for loop with yield operator. So these are all the different variances what we are having as far as for loop is been concerned. Okay, yeah. So we will see one after one by one, all the way. So initially while loop meaning, sir, by the way, I'm going to share you some soft copy materials also. So I will just show you how it has been. Yeah, so scalar loops, a while loop explanation. Please look at here and including the syntax, please take it. A while loop statement repeatedly executes the target statement as long as the given condition is true. A while loop statement repeatedly executes the target statement as long as the given condition is true. Okay, now followed by while some condition statements. This is how you are going to make use of this particular aspect here. While some condition followed by the statements. Okay, now we will see some example here. So I already have a same program, nano while loop crack dot scalar. Yeah, object while loop crack def main method. So this is how you are going to provide, where a is equals to 10 while, so semicolon is only optional. A variable initially I'm giving 10. Now while a less than 20, meaning if it is the value of a is less than 20, then what is happening? So 10, a value is 10. 10 is less than 20, it is a true condition. It is, the condition itself is true. Then it will enter into this particular loop, this particular brackets. Then it will execute value of a is 10, and the value of a becomes now a is equals to a plus 1, meaning 11. 11 less than 20, true. 11 will be printed, it becomes 12. 12 less than 20, true. 12 will be printed, now it becomes 13. Likewise, all the values will go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. But whenever your a value becomes 20 here, 20 less than 20, that's not correct. 20 is always equals to 20. So the expected answer here would be value of a 11, value of a 12, likewise up to 19 we are going to see. Please take the program. Yeah. Now, so here how do you run the program? Scala C, while loop wrapped Scala. Scalar while loop wrap. Sorry, I will show you the class file also. LL while loop wrap class. You are getting this way. Now scalar while loop wrap. They look at here value of a 10. So initially also it has been coming. Sorry, for 10 to 19. So in that way we are getting all the values. But whenever a becomes 20, 20 less than 20, that is a false condition. We cannot expect that. Okay. Sir, are you clear with the while loop? It's very, very simple. Yeah. Now, so coming back to do while loop. So irrespective of the given condition, if at all one-time execution we have to achieve, irrespective of the given condition, if you want to achieve one-time execution, so then we are going to use do while loop. Look at here, unlike while loop, which tests the loop condition at the top of the loop, the do while loop checks its condition at the bottom of the loop only. A do while loop is similar to a while loop, except that a do while loop is guaranteed to execute at least one time, because as the condition is evaluated at the bottom of the loop, that's where one-time execution is quite guaranteed in the do while loop. Okay. Now, yeah, so do while loop back dot scalar. So look at here, same, almost the same program where a is equals to 10. Now it is a single line comment, sir. Two forward slashes are meant for two, so sorry, a single line comment. Do println value of a. So this is how you're getting 10. So a is equals to a plus 1. So meaning it becomes 11. So 11, while 11 greater than value of a 10. So before it is going to increment or decrement the value only, the condition will get evaluated. 10 greater than 20, that is false. So the expected answer would be, here we are only going to see this particular, what you say, 10 only we are going to see here. Or even if you take value of a, straight away 10 only be printed. Now it becomes 11, 11 greater than 20, false. So what is the current value? Whatever is already having a value is 10. In either of the ways also, value of a 10 only be printed, but it will not execute or it will not present any other value. Okay, yeah. Please take down the code. It's a classic example for do while loop. Yeah, now. Yeah, value of a 10 we are getting. So this is the between. Okay, now coming back to for loop. Yeah, for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specific number of times. Meaning, whenever you are using a for loop, it will execute for a specific number of times only based on the values what we are passing. So first of all, for loop with range. What do you mean by a range in Scala? So first I will show you at Scala REPL only, then I will come back. So for example, there are two type of the ranges we are having in Scala. So the very first one is inclusive range. So what does it mean? Meaning x to y. For example, whenever you are using TO2. It is always an inclusive range, meaning both X and Y values also been included over. That's what they mean. For example, 1 to 6. So what is the values we are getting here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Including all the values we are getting here. Okay, including all the values. 1 to 6 meaning from 1 to including the last value also all the values we are getting. Whereas if you are saying exclusive range, so X until Y, whenever you are going to see until Y, okay, so it comes under exclusive range only. So now for example 1 until 6. So here, so for example, if at all I'm saying the same thing, here we are only getting up to 5 only. The last value is not been included here. 1 until 6 meaning n minus 1 only, except the last value, remaining all the values we will get it here. So that is what the basic difference between inclusive range and exclusive range. Please take it, sir. Okay, now, so for the same point of view, 1 to 10 I'm saying, we are getting 1 to 10, all the values 1 to up to 10 we are getting, 1 until 10. So here in this case up to 9 only we are getting. Okay, so in the similar way, minus 1 to minus 10 to 15. Look at here, all the values are being included, minus 9, minus 10, minus 9, minus 8 and so on up to 15. If you say until 15, okay, so 0 to 10 for example, it will give 0, 0 until 10. Okay, now in the similar way, 1 to 20 by 3 with the step interval. So 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19. This is how you are going to see. Okay, yeah, next. So here, but if at all I'm giving 20 to 1 by minus 3, if that is the case, we will get in a descending order. Just for example, I'm showing. Yeah, so basis on the same kind of the exclusive range and inclusive range, we will look into a program here. Nano for loop track.scala. Yeah, look at here, sir. So by the way, in a programmatic in a program level, if I wanted to use this particular either inclusive range or exclusive range, we are supposed to use a generator operator. So the reverse arrow mark. This is what we used to call generator operator. So we have to use with the range collections only, something like here. Look at here. For loop, a variable, some temporary variable I'm assigning here, where a is equals to 10. So generator operator, whatever I'm showing, 1 to 10, meaning it will give you all 1 to 10 numbers, value of a1, value of a2, value of a3, likewise up to value of a10. We are going to see simple. If you understand the previous screen, I mean this particular part, this part, it is nothing. It is a very simple program. Please take it. But we are keeping inside a program. That's it. Yeah. Now you are saying scalar C for loop factor scalar. Now you are going to see the class file. Scalar for loop back. So you are getting 1 to 10 values only we are going to see here. Sir, are you clear with this program? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. So now the
Sir,
same
can you
program.
explain?
Yeah. Sorry. You want me to explain the program again?
Yes, sir. Your voice is breaking.
Is it the same thing for everyone? Is my voice breaking, sir?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, so after we better relog in. It's not the case with others, but still I'll explain one more time. So in the object for loop back only, I have taken the main method, which is taking the string arguments. Here, this is a temporary variable where a is equals to 0. So if I wanted to specify about the range collection within the scalar program, always we are supposed to use the generator operator. So for a variable generator operator, now I'm going to provide the inclusive range 1 to 10, something like value of a. So all these particular values only we are getting here. Value of a 1 to 10 only we are going to see here. So now if you are going to run the program, yeah, all 1 to 10 values only we are getting something like this. Okay, now next nano for loop back underscore until dot scalar. So here the same program, the difference is instead of saying 1 to 10, I'm saying 1 until 10. Until 10 meaning n minus 1, meaning 10 is not included, up to 9 only. The comment also I have clearly provided here. Until 10 means 10 is not included, up to 9 only. So that's what the reference here. Take it, sir. Okay, now one to 9. We are getting 1 to 9. Okay, yeah. So the next thing is for loop with collection range we have already seen. Here the takeaway is to define the inclusive range or exclusive range, we are going to use the generator operator. So in the notes also it is clearly there for where some variable this operator range collection. So here this is known as the generator command or generator operator, whatever it is. Okay. Next, sir, when it is coming to the collections, scalar collections, though there is a detailed topic on the scalar collections, here I would just like to throw a light on the same. The very first kind of the collection would be list collection. Second one is a set collection. Third one is map collection. Capital letters. The first letter is capital. Here L capital, S capital, M capital. What do you mean by list collection? Collection of homogeneous or heterogeneous kind of the data. Collection of homogeneous or heterogeneous kind of the data, which includes duplicates as well. Okay, yeah. Now, when it is coming to set collection of homogeneous or heterogeneous kind of the data, which does not have any duplicates. Map to store key comma value kind of data, where key is a unique value. Okay, yeah. So for example, if you want to define the list collection item in Scala, how you will do? So we are going to use where some variable names colon list of string, for example, is equals to again list of some something like this. This is how you are going to define the list collection item. I will show you at the prompt only. Control L, where sorry, where names colon list of should be always in the square bracket is equals to list of something like this. Yeah, homogeneous or heterogeneous, meaning it can have multiple data types also. Just an example I'm showing. There is a separate topic around this. So the same thing without providing the data type specific information through type inference. If it is scalar will automatically detect based on the right hand side value. Do I need to specifically add this value? No. So if I say in this way also, we are getting the value perfectly. Okay, yeah. Sir, I will do one thing before I can move on to Scala, sorry, for loop with collection. We'll take some quick 10 minutes break now. From there, I will continue with the rest of the things. Okay, so it's been already more than 1.5 hours. So that's where I'm giving a short break for 10 minutes. We'll catch back afterwards. Till that time, I'll be on mute. data type will come as any. The list of miscellaneous. Define the different. Yes, sir. Is everyone back? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
now this is how we are going to use, and you are asking how do you define the different data types? Okay, only that part I will show you. Some data column, we are saying list of miscellaneous. So then the data type will come as any. Yeah, all the data types almost I'm using here. So when I say enter, perfect. So even if I remove this list of any also, as the dissimilar data types we are having on the right hand side, it will by default take of any. If it is specifically integer, it will take integer. String, it will take string. Double, it will take double. But here, different data types we are having. That's where we are getting any. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So this is how we are going to make use of the list collections and all. So now let me use that one as part of our Scala program. If at all some collection of items, either similar data types or dissimilar data types that we are getting, how do we handle? So in that regard, nano for loop back underscore collection dot Scala. Yeah. So object, this is what we are going to use. Def main method, where a is equals to 0, where numList is equals to list of. These are all the values what we are using, 1 to 6 and C, GK something like we are using. Dissimilar data types I'm using to show the same thing here. For a generator operator, what is the numList here? If you look at in the above line, numList is a list collection item. So what is the nature of this numList? It is a collection item. List is one of the collection item only. So you can use set map, whatever it is. But numList is equals to list of these elements. So as per this generator operator, it will go through this particular list of elements. One at a time only we are going to see. Value of A1. Next slide. Value of A2. Likewise, every value we are getting 44.5. Take down, sir. Okay, let us go ahead with the execution of the same program. So for say Scala C for loop back dot underscore collection dot Scala. Scalar for loop back underscore collection. So if you look at value of A1 to up to all the 44.5, everything that we are getting here. Okay, sir. So this is how for loop with collection items also we are going to use. Just for understanding only. Set is actually a unordered collection list and unindexed and unordered, whatever it might be. So after making this change, again, as there is a change in the code, we have to recompile the program. Yeah. So in a zigzag manner only, all the values we are getting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Earlier, how we have seen whatever the order that I have given, in the same order only we are getting. 1 to 6. But here in a random fashion, 5 here, 1 here, 6 here. So that is how the nature of this set collection item. So when I say map, it is a combination of key value pairs. That is a bit different. Okay. Yeah. So are you clear, sir?
Gopal, when exactly we will use the set, like as you mentioned, right? Set means it will randomly gives the output, right?
So that's what I mentioned, a collection of homogeneous and heterogeneous kind of the data, which does not accept any duplicates. I want to accept only the unique values only without having any duplicates. Then we can make use of set collection item. Here with the duplicates, here without duplicates. But however, there is a separate detailed topic on the scalar collections. There we will elaborate all these things. Okay, now let's move on, sir. So the third one is for loop with filter. We have seen till now for loop with range, for loop with collections. Now for loop with filter, I'm going to start. Yeah, for loop with filter. Instead, sorry, in the way of just providing this particular var and some particular collection list and all, we are also providing certain conditions here. Certain conditions we are going to provide here. So as per that condition only, the data is going to be accessed here. That's what is going to happen. So all these things you have to practice, then only you will understand better. Yeah, so for loop pack underscore filter def main method. So here I have taken a list of all the integers only up to 10. As I already mentioned, semicolon is only optional. For a generator operator num list, what will be substituted in the num list? This is a list of all 1 to 10 values only we substituted here. But are we getting all value of a, one value of 2 up to value of a 10? No. Here we are giving some filter conditions. So this is the first condition. After semicolon, second condition. A value should not be equal to 3. Okay. A value should not be equal to 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how we are getting. And A value should be less than 8 only. So meaning to say, here in this list only we have to get it. So as per the second condition. But still our A value should not be equal to 3. Meaning the expected answer is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. So here first condition, second condition. How do we differentiate? Using a semicolon. So that's how it is. Take it. So can we proceed, sir? Are any questions here? Okay, now. So once we compile this particular code, yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how we are going to see here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. Okay, now. So this next one is the last one for the for loop is yield operator. For loop with yield operator. Okay, so what does it mean for loop with yield? To store the return values for a for loop in a variable, meaning it is something like a chaining process. I mean to say one particular output is going to be the input for the next output. Next process output is going to be the input for this one. Next process output is the input for this one. So likewise, it is all going to be the chaining process. So if you wanted to achieve this one, we are going to use yield operator. Through the yield operator only, it is going to be possible to store the output of one loop in the other variable or other loop kind of using the yield operator. Okay, so look at here. To store the return values from a for loop in a variable or can return through a function. To do so, you prefix the body of the for loop expression by the keyword yield as follows, something like yield x, meaning you have to store the result of this whole for loop. Okay, whole for loop in the variable x, something like. So this is how you are supposed to achieve. So nano def main method args array of string where a is equals to 0, num list is equals to list of all these values we are saying 1 to 10, where return value is equals to for a generator operator num list. So here if you look at till this program, it is common like the last program only. So what is the expected answer here? Only till this part 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what the expected answer. This entire data we are supposed to change it in a variable called a. Okay, so here in this for loop, generally for loop meaning we will not include in the curly brackets, but whenever you are using a yield operator, it becomes an expression. So that's where you have to include in the curly braces. That output only yield a in a variable only we are supposed to store it. Now print the return values using another loop. So for a generator operator return value, meaning whatever you are having in a, whatever you are having in return value, both are same only. Print value of a we are going to say. Okay. A generator operator, return value, println value of A we are going to say here. Okay. For A generator operator, return value, println value of A. So that is how we are going to store the results. Okay. Now. Oh, sorry. One, two, four, five, six, seven. That's how we are going to do. Okay, so this is how these for loops have been useful here. All the 4 types of the for loops here. Sir, I will forward this particular documentation also to all of you, but what I'm expecting from all of you, do write an email to me. My email ID would be gkbigdata2005@gmail.com. And in the subject line, without fail, please do mention Spark Weekend Batch 25 hyphen your full name. Your complete name, you please write it. So I'm giving you this format in the chart window. So please do write an email so that I will reward with the materials here. Okay, so whatever the document I'm showing here itself, I will share this particular document. There's multiple other things also there, and but one important point is, sir, tomorrow I will be out of state. I will not be available for the session. So our next session is going to be on the next Saturday only. This has been planned long back, so that's the only reason I cannot avoid this trip. Okay, a devotional trip only. So I have to go. So we'll continue this particular session next Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Okay, yeah. And meanwhile, I will try to share all these materials if at all I received your mail. Okay, yeah. Any questions, sir, before I'm going to conclude for today? Okay, that's great. Yeah, thank you all. Thanks for your time. We'll catch back next Saturday. There won't be any session tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.